Nothing can exist without its opposite. Life and death, day and night, good and evil, man and woman, happiness and sadness. Life is about finding balance between these two opposites to make it whole. Parts 1, 2, and 3, Yin Yang. Welcome back to part 3 of Seeking Balance. We are going to be adding those flowers that we made at the end of last part and filling in the rings around both sides of our yin and yang. So we want to start by changing some of our stitch markers into a color-coded system. So in the pattern, the pictures will be using orange markers and blue stitch markers. So if you have similar colors, that will be the easiest to identify the stitches. I'm going to be substituting some pink for orange and some purple for some of the blue as well. So it's suggested to have about 12 of each color. So the first set of markers is in this corner 1. I'm starting here with my yin centerpiece, and I have my first stitch still marked. We had skipped 9 stitches there before this marker. We want to change this first marker in the 10th stitch to a pink or orange marker. So these markings are going to help us to attach our flowers and our fill-in sections. We also want to mark the 15th stitch. So that's the 10th, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we want to do the same on the inner part on the centerpiece. So my marked stitch is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we want to have a blue stitch marker in the 20th. So this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's our next marked stitch from the end of last part. So I'm going to substitute a blue stitch marker for there. And similarly blue down in the 15th stitch on my yin piece. On the 20th stitch, I mean, so 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So similarly, I want to mark those same stitches down on corner 2. So it's the same color of the ring by the yang centerpiece. It's my corner stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 10th stitch. So with our pink or orange marker, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then find the 20th stitch, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And mark the 20th with a blue. Then again on the inner part of the ring. So this blue marker is my corner stitch. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should be in the 10th stitch. (11, 12, 13, 14, 15). And then for our blue marker, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then at corner 3, that's where the yin and the yang centerpiece are joined together. We want to mark the 5th stitch with an orange marker. I don't have any more orange, so I know that I'm using my small red as well to mark the orange, but we're going to mark the 5th stitch. So this chain stitch after that treble does not count. So we're going to count the single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another blue marker in the 10th. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that was on the yang centerpiece. Similar on the yin, we have this treble. We don't count the chain 1, just the single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10 for the blue marker. So I'm going to be working with you on this. So this is considered the yang side. Our yin is at the top, yang at the bottom, our lighter color, ring color. I'll work that side with you, and then I'll change my stitch markers and place them in the same places on the other side. So we're first going to be working a flower in the corner 1. I'm working on what we call the yang side, so I'm using my dark pink flower. For there, we're going to be attaching the flower and making a stem into the corner. So you're going to want to have color D. Okay, so round 1 of the stem of the flower in corner 1. Taking our flower and our color D, we're going to work a front post double crochet around any of the popcorns of the flower. We'll make a picot 4 sideways close. So chain 4, insert in the top loop of the double crochet we just made and through that yarn over to pull up our loop and through the loop on our hook. Chain 2. And then in this chain 2 space between the popcorns, we will place a single crochet. Chain 3, and we'll do that 6 times. So front post double around the popcorn, making the picot 4, so chain 4, slip stitch in the top and side loop, chain 2, single crochet in the chain space between the popcorns, chain 3. So I've worked that twice. You'll want to work your way around for a total of 6 times, and I'll join you at the end. So when you have worked your way around, it'll look something like this. You will want to slip stitch to our starting front post double crochet, but do not fasten off. 6 front post doubles, 6 picots, 6 singles, 6 chain 2, and 6 chain 3 spaces for 48 stitches. So round 2 of the stem, we want to continue working on the flower. We'll single crochet into that picot. And then on our yin centerpiece, by this marked blue stitch close to corner 1. We want to pick that up and work the wrong side of that centerpiece, and we will slip stitch into that marked 20th stitch. And then back onto the flower, we want to single crochet back into the same picot. Chain 4. Then we want to place a front post single around this next single on the flower in round 1. So front post single around the single, chain 4. single crochet in the next picot of the flower, chain 3. And then working back on that yin center piece from the wrong side. So we're working towards the corner now. In this next marked stitch, we're going to make a cluster 3 treble crochet. So yarn over twice, insert into that marked stitch to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook. We'll repeat. Yarn over twice, insert, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. We have 3 loops on the hook. Once more, yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops twice, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for our cluster 3 treble. Chain 5. That's what the cluster looks like from the right side. Then continuing on that center piece to that next marked stitch, we're going to make a 3 double crochet cluster, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for 2 loops on the hook, and repeat. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, once more, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. We're going to chain 8. You want these to be a bit loose as we'll need to work into them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then still with the wrong side, finding that marked corner stitch, we are going to make a single crochet. Now remember, when I work videos, I don't sew in all my ends right away. This will be much easier if your ends are sewn in. So corner stitch, going to place a single crochet. Okay, so turning our work back to the right side, we want to work in these chains that we just made in that 3rd back loop or the back bump of the chain. If you need to switch to a hook that has a sharper point to find these, you can. So slip stitch in that 3rd loop or that back bump of each chain. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then on the ring part, this next marked stitch, again from the wrong side, so I pick it up, wrong side facing me, we're going to make that 3 double crochet cluster. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, make a partial double crochet. We'll do that 3 times. That's 1, and I stretched my loop a little bit reaching over. I'm just going to try that again. 1, 2, and 3. So there should be 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that 3 double crochet cluster. And then working back on these chains here, these 5 chains, we're going to slip stitch in each of those back loop or that 3rd back bump again. So there's my first one there, a little bit tight. Just use that darning needle to lift it up a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then from, or at that next marker on the ring part, we're going to make that 3 treble crochet clusters. So yarn over twice, insert, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 twice, do that 2 more times. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that 3 treble crochet cluster. I'm going to try that one more time as I stretch that loop. So you want to have a good hold on that loop on your hook. There will be some stretch, but to try and keep it okay. And then back here on these 3 chains, we want to work that back loop again. One, 2, and 3. And then back to the flower, we want to single crochet back in the same chain 4 picot that we worked just before those stitches of the stem. Chain 4, front post single around this next single on the flower, chain 4, single crochet in this picot, that next picot, and then back on the ring where that blue marker is, again working from the wrong side, we slip stitch into that marked stitch to connect the flower at that point. Come back and single crochet in that same chain 4 picot of the flower, chain 4, front post single around that next single on the flower, chain 4, single crochet in the next chain 4 of the flower. Then we're going to repeat those last few steps to finish off the petal for the flower. So we chain 4, front post single around the single, chain 4, single in the picot. So I've worked that twice. You can do that 2 more times. On this 4th repeat, I've worked my chain 4. Instead of making that single crochet in the picot, we will omit that last one and instead make a slip stitch to that starting single crochet. Oops. There's the single. And we can fasten off. Isn't that a lovely way to join us together? Now I suggest taking your other color of flower and working in corner 1 of the yang centerpiece. Do that step now and I'll meet you after that. So now we're going to take another flower of my dark pink to join to the corner 2. So that's my yang centerpiece. We'll be joining in the same way, only we'll attach to the ring part first, work our way to the corner, and then come back attaching to the yang centerpiece. So taking your correctly colored flower and color D again, we'll work that round 1 around the flower in the same way with that front post double crochet around any of the popcorns. The picot 4, so chain 4, slip stitch in the top loop and side loop, chain 2, single crochet in the chain space, chain 3, and repeat around. Do not fasten off. So I worked my way around, joined to the top of that starting front post double crochet. Then for the row 2 of this, we'll make the single crochet in that picot. And then we want to attach to the ring part, so this first blue marker. So I'm just going to rotate my work. Okay, and then working from the wrong side, we want to slip stitch through that blue marker, that 20th stitch from the corner. Single crochet back in the picot. Chain 4. On the flower, we'll work that front post single crochet, chain 4, single crochet in that next picot. Chain 3, remember to work those chains loosely. We're going to work the 3 treble cluster, so yarn over twice, and then working from the wrong side of the ring, insert, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and again repeat that 2 times. So we're making 3 partial trebles all in that next marked stitch on the ring. Chain 5 loosely. Then finding that next marked stitch, we're going to make the 3 double crochet clusters. So yarn over once, insert from the wrong side to the right side, and make partial double crochet 3 times. Then chain 8 loosely. Finding that corner stitch, single crochet in there. Rotating my work again now. So now I want to work on the back side of my chain in that 3rd back loop. Okay, and again, if you need help finding those, a needle or a smaller hook can be inserted to find that loop. Sometimes the first, for me, the first and the last one are the ones that can be a bit tight. And I'm gonna try that again. I've tightened my work, so my last chain I'm going to redo, plus the single crochet in the corner. Now I can come and on the back of my chain, find that 3rd back loop, there we go, and slip stitch in all 8 of those chains. So that's 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. And then we'll work that 3 double crochet cluster on the yang centerpiece in that next marked stitch, inserting from the wrong side to the right side. So as we do that, you want to keep your working yarn up above or on that right side of the work. So 3 partial doubles in that marked stitch. And then coming back and working on that 3rd bump, that 3rd loop, the back bump of each chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make those slip stitches. 1, 2, 4, and 5. And then the 3 treble cluster in that next marked stitch of the yang centerpiece. Then working on the back side of the chain 3, slip stitch in that 3rd loop, that back bump. 1, 2, and 3. We'll single crochet back in that same picot of the flower, chain 4, front post single around the single, the next single of the flower, chain 4, single crochet in that next picot, and then finding our blue marker on the yang centerpiece, insert wrong side to right side to make a slip stitch, single crochet back in that same picot, and then chain 4, front post single around the next single, chain 4, single in the picot. We'll repeat that 3 more times around, remembering on the last time to omit that single crochet in the picot. So on that last repeat, I've joined with a slip stitch to that starting single crochet in the picot and fastened off. Okay, you can remove all your stitch markers there. Then you want to repeat this on the corner 2 of the yin side. Okay, so now we're back on the yang side, and I'm going to attach the 3rd flower to where that join is, the center join of the 2 center pieces. So it's going to be worked in similar way, only there's 2 joining spots instead of 3 for this flower. But again, you'll take color D and your 3rd flower, and we're going to work around this the same way we did our other flowers, with that front post double crochet, the chain 4, and with that sideways close of this picot, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 3. So again, repeat that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch. Do not fasten off. Then for row 2, we will single crochet in that first picot. Okay, so after our single crochet in that first picot, if we're looking at our corner 3, we're going to join first to this marker here. So I just like to rotate my work a bit more like this. It's listed as the one on the left side in the pattern. And so from the wrong side to the right side again, we slip stitch to that marker in the 10th stitch. Then single crochet back in that same picot of the flower. Chain 4. Front post single around the single on the flower. Chain 4. Single crochet in that next picot. Chain 1. Make that chain 1 loosely. Then we're going to work the 3 treble cluster in that next marked stitch. That would be an orange one. This is the one I substituted for another orange. So 3 partial trebles in that marked stitch. And then pull through all 4 loops left on the hook for the cluster. Chain 3. Single crochet in this corner stitch, which was a treble. Then working on those chain 3 we just made in the back bump, we're going to slip stitch. One, 2, and 3. Working on the other centerpiece, we'll make another 3 treble cluster in that next marked stitch, inserting from the wrong side to the right side. Then where we made this chain 1, we want to slip stitch in the back of that chain 1. Single crochet in that same chain 4 picot. Chain 4. Front post single crochet around the next single of the flower. Chain 4, oops, single crochet in the picot, the next picot of the flower, then working in that next blue marker of the centerpiece from the wrong to the right side, make a slip stitch. Single crochet back in that same chain 4 picot of the flower, and then 4 times we'll work that chain 4, front post single around the next single of the flower, chain 4, single crochet in the next picot, and again on the last repeat you'll omit that single crochet, join to our starting single crochet and fasten off. can go ahead and remove those markers. And then we just want to repeat that on the other corner 3 on the opposite side of these center pieces. So you can go ahead and work that now. For this next part, we're going to be working in sort of partial rounds or rows. We are going to be filling in all of this empty space. So it's going to be what's referred to as netting, a series of chains joined to different points. We'll kind of be starting this first part on the ring, working around the corner flowers, the center pieces, and so on. And then we'll gradually work our way and finish up by that heart flower in this section. So we're going to use color B working on the yang side. My yin center piece is here, yang center piece is there. We want to start on the ring side, so I'm just going to rotate my work here. The side heart flower on the ring, we have 2 markers. We want to start in that second marker. We're going to place a single crochet in the second marked stitch past the little hearts.
Chain 3.
We're going to be working a treble 2 together stitch and fastening this flower that's in corner 1. So we're going to make a treble 2 together, so yarn over twice. We want to count to the 5th stitch from this marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to insert our hook in this stitch and in this next single crochet that's not attached of the flower. Pull the loop through and through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over twice again. We'll insert in the front post single to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for our treble 2 together. Chain 3, we want to keep the chains fairly loose for all of this section. We want to single crochet on this corner flower in this next single worked in the picot. Chain 3. We're going to make a treble 3 together, yarn over twice. We're going to insert in this next front post single to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over twice again. We're going to insert in this next single crochet, and on the center piece we're going to count, we see where we've already attached the flower, we want to count 5 stitches. Insert in there to pull up our next loop, yarn over, pull through and through that single crochet, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 3 loops on the hook. One more time, yarn over twice, count over 3 stitches from where we just attached that second leg to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 for that treble crochet 3 together. Chain 5. We're going to make another treble 3 together. We want to skip 1 stitch on the center piece, insert in the next stitch to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2.
Twice.
Yarn over twice again, skip 1 stitch, insert in the next stitch to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2.
Twice.
3 loops on the hook, yarn over twice again, skip 1 more stitch, insert in the next stitch. To pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2.
Twice.
4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that treble 3 together. Chain 5. We're going to make a double treble 3 together now, working in both the centerpiece and this flower that's between the 2 centerpieces. So that's flower 3. So we want to yarn over 3 times. On the centerpiece, we're going to skip, we've worked the stitch, we're going to skip the next, insert in the next stitch. To pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. Sorry, 3 times. We have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over 3 times again. In the centerpiece, skip another stitch, insert in the next stitch to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over 3 more times, and then finding that flower, we want to find the next single crochet made in the picot. To insert our hook, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that double treble 3 together. Chain 5. Then working around this flower piece, we want to place a treble crochet in this next front post single. Chain 3, single crochet in this next single made in the picot, chain 3. Treble crochet in the next front post single, chain 5. Now we're going to work from the flower 3 back onto the next centerpiece with a double treble 3 together again. So yarn over 3 times. We're going to insert on the flower piece in this next single crochet made in the picot. Pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over 3 times again. And then on the centerpiece, we find where we attached the flower previously. We want to find that 5th stitch. So we're skipping 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in that 5th stitch, we'll insert. Now I've been keeping my finger holding those loops so they don't stretch so much on my hook. Pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times. So I have 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over 3 times again. Skip 1 stitch on the centerpiece, insert in the next stitch to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that double treble 3 together. Chain 5. Make a treble 3 together on the centerpiece, yarn over twice, skip 1 stitch, insert in the next to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 2 loops on the hook. repeat, yarn over twice, skip a stitch, insert in the next to pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over twice again, skip 1 more stitch, insert in the next stitch to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for that treble 3 together. Chain 5. Now we're going to make a double treble 3 together with the centerpiece and the flower marked into corner 2. So yarn over 3 times. On the centerpiece, we'll skip 1 more stitch, insert, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times for 2 loops left on the hook. Yarn over 3 times, skip 1 more stitch, insert in the next, and insert in the next. Single crochet made in the picot of the flower 2. Yarn over, we pulled up our loop and pull it through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over 3 times again, insert in the next front post single of the flower 2, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 3 times, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops for the double treble 3 together. We'll chain 3. Single crochet on the flower in the next single worked in the picot. Chain 3. We'll work a treble 2 together. Yarn over twice, insert in the next front post single of the flower to pull up our loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice. Insert in the next single crochet of flower 2 and that 5th stitch before this marker on the ring. 1 2 3 4 5. Pull your loop through there and that single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for the treble 2 together, chain 3. And then on the ring we will single crochet in this next stitch marker, which is the 2nd marker before the little hearts. Do not fasten off. We can remove the starting and ending markers. And there you can see how we have connected each of these flowers to the ring and the center pieces. From here, we're going to come working back this way, another row of these chain meshes. So we will need to turn our work to the wrong side for this 2nd row. So as I've turned to the wrong side, I've pulled my hook and the yarn through the ring so that it's easier to work with. So from here, working wrong side now, back on the stitches we just worked in the 1st row, we will chain 2. We want to treble crochet in this next stitches together. Chain 2, treble crochet in this next single. Chain 2, treble in this next stitches together, and we'll do that 3 times. Chain 2, treble in the next stitches together. That's twice, chain 2, treble in this next stitches together. We should be just by that center flower. Chain 3, half double crochet in this next stitch, and we'll do that 3 times. Chain 3, half double crochet in the next stitch, that's twice. Chain 3, half double crochet in the next stitch, that's 3 times. Chain 3 again. We're going to treble crochet in the next stitches together. Chain 2. We'll do that 2 more times. Treble in the next stitches together. Chain 2 for twice, treble in the next stitches together. Chain 2 for 3 times. Treble in this next single crochet. Chain 2, treble in the stitches together. Chain 2. We'll slip stitch in the same stitch of the ring where we started row 1. Do not cut your yarn. We will be turning our work again to work on the right side. So again, I'm just going to put my hook and my working yarn through to the right side and flip my work. So we're going to chain 3, and we want to count back. We want to skip 4 stitches back, getting closer to the little hearts or that next marker. So I'm in this stitch 1, 2, 3, 4. In this next stitch, we're going to make a treble crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 3 again. And we're going to work a treble 2 together, yarn over twice, insert in this next stitch of row 2 to pull up a loop, yarn over twice, there we go, insert in this next stitch of row 2, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over twice, insert in the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 3. We'll treble in this next treble crochet. Chain 3. Treble 2 together again in this next stitch, pulling up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over twice, insert in the next stitch to pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 3, half double crochet in the next stitch, and we want to do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3, half double in the next stitch for twice, chain 3, half double in the next stitch 3 times, chain 3, treble 3 together, insert in this next stitch to pull up or loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over twice, insert in the next to pull up or loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 3, treble in the next stitch, chain 3, treble 2 together. So start in this next stitch to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over twice, insert in the next stitch to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 3, we're going to place a treble crochet in the same stitch where we started round 2. Do not fasten off. Okay, so for row 4, we're going to stay with the right side facing. We'll be zigzagging back and forth between the little hearts and our existing mesh. So to start, we will chain 3. And on the ring piece, we want to skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in this next stitch, which is getting closer to that yellow marker, we'll single crochet in that stitch. Chain 3, skip the next 4 stitches, and in that next stitch, which should be that marked stitch, so we insert in that stitch, and then looking on the little hearts between those 2 popcorn stitches, we've made 2 double crochet. We want to insert in that chain 1 space between the 2 double crochet as well. Then pull our loop through that space and through the stitch, finish a single crochet. Chain 3. So then working on our chains, the row 3, we want to find this first 2 together stitch. Now on this particular row, I'm going to be adding an extra chain to each of my chains just to help with my tension a little bit. So it's a chain 3 there, I've made a chain 4. We insert in this next 2 together stitch. We're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert from the right side to the wrong side, pull your loop through and finish the double crochet. Then back on the little hearts, there's a treble crochet between the sets of popcorn stitches. We're going to place a treble in there. So I've yarned over twice, insert in that treble to pull up our loop and finish a treble crochet. Chain 3. Then on round 3, we're going to double crochet in this next stitch. We worked the 2 together. Now we'll double crochet in that next stitch. So inserting from the right side to the wrong side each time to pull up our loop, finish a double crochet, chain 3, finding that next chain 1 space between the 2 doubles, between the popcorn on the little heart, we'll single crochet, chain 3, double crochet in this next 2 together stitch of row 3 of the mesh or the netting, chain 2, then on the little hearts we'll double crochet in this next treble between the sets of popcorns, chain 2, and then on row 3 we have these 3 half double crochet. In the first one we're going to place a single crochet, chain 3, and as well we will double crochet in the second half double crochet of row 3, and then on the little hearts in the next chain 1 space we'll place a single crochet. Chain 3, and then on row 3 we want to place a single crochet in that third half double crochet, chain 2, on the little hearts double crochet in the next treble, chain 2, row 3, single crochet in this next 2 together stitch, chain 3, back on the little hearts we'll find this next chain 1 space, single crochet, chain 3, row 3 we're going to double crochet in that next treble, chain 3, we're going to treble crochet in the next treble of the little hearts, we'll double crochet in the next 2 together stitch of row 3, chain 3, and then we're going to attach this last part of the little heart. Sorry, I'll just get some of these extra tails out of the way so you can see. So we need to come back to this chain 1 of the little heart. We're going to single crochet there and the 5th stitch of the ring. Now there should be a yellow marker there. I've removed mine already. So that 5th stitch we'll insert in both. So the chain 1 and that stitch, pull the loop through both of those and finish a single crochet, chain 3, and then we'll slip stitch in the same stitch where we already have a stitch from row 3. And then you can go ahead and fasten off. I have a few extra tails in here, which make it look a little bulky. But that is our mesh section, or the netting section on the yang side. So we want to repeat all of that with color F on the yin side. And well done.